In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to get the LCM, that is the least common multiple, and I'm going to do for you several questions regarding the application of the least common multiple, which we usually refer to the LCM. So, least common multiple. Least common multiple, we have. We can say you need to know how to write numbers in factors form. So if you are told to find the least common multiple of maybe 24 and 30, those are two numbers. To write them in least common multiple, you can do it like this. That is 24 divided by 2, that is 12. That is, you divide by 2, you get 6. Divide by 2, you get 3. So these are the factors of 24. So it is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Then with 30, we can say 30, you divide by 2, you get 15. You divide by 3, you get 5. So the factors of 30 are 2 times 3 times 5. These are referred to as factors. You did that. So to get the LCM, LCM actually means the least number which we can get in common if we multiply 24 several times and 30 several times. So to get the LCM, we normally get the factors where we take, if it is 2, we take the highest number of power or index. So in this case, you say it is 2 to power 3 multiplied by, now here we have a single 3 and here we have a single 3. So there you take 3, then you multiply by, here you get, here we have a single 5. In 24 we don't have 5, so we write 5. So this is the LCM. So this is 8, or 8 times 15. That will give you, this is 15 multiplied by, this is 8. So we have that is 30 times 4. That will give us 120. So that is the LCM of that 24 and 30. So with that knowledge, I'm going to do for you several examples which you will be able to look at the questions that are likely to come in an exam. In this case, but the basic knowledge of getting the LCM is what we have discussed. So let's go ahead and look at the questions. So this is our first question. We are told find the greatest common divisor of the term 144x cubed, y squared, and 81 x to power xy to power 4. So what we need to write here is to write 144 in terms of its factors. That is x cubed, y squared. So we can use this part here and say this is 144. We divide by 2, you get 72. Divide by 2, you get 36. Divide by 2, you get 18. Divide by 2, you get 9. You divide by 3, and you get 3. So this is equals to, you can write this is 2. This is the same as 2 to power 4. We multiply by 3 squared, and then we have our x cubed, and we have y squared. Then let's deal with the 81. So 81, we can say 3 is 27. By 3, you get 9. By 3, you get 3. So it means that 81 x y to power 4 is equals to, we have 3 to power 4, then we multiply by x, and we have y to power 4. So we have said that getting the LCM, we take the factors with the highest power or index. So we say LCM is equals to, we take 2 to power 4 because it is the only 2 that has the highest power. You multiply. Here we have 3 squared and here we have 3 to power 4. So we take 3 to power 4. Here we have x cubed and here we have x. So we take x cubed. Here we have y squared and here we have y to power 4. So this is y to power 4. 2 to power 4 multiplied by 3 to power 4 using your calculator, you should get it is 1296. Then we have x cubed y to power 4. So that is how we find the LCM. Part 2 of this question, we are told hence factorize completely. So we are told 144 x cubed y squared minus 81 xy to power 4. Let's see. If you look at our factors here, what is common? Here we have 3 squared, and here we have 3 to power 4. So we can say 3 squared is common for both. Then you can see here you have okay, we can write this in terms. Let's write it in using the factors. So we'll say this is equals to this is 2 to power 4 multiplied by 3 squared x cubed y squared minus then we say it is 3 to power 4 x to power 1 y to power 4. So that is, so we want to factor out what is common. So what is common here? It is we have said we have 3 squared is common. Here we have 3 to power 4, 3 squared, so we can factor out 3 squared. Then we have here we have x, we have 3x cubed, so we can only factor out x. Then here we have y squared and y to power 4, so we can factor out y squared. Then what is left inside the bracket? Here we have 2 to power 4. We have x squared, and then we have minus. Here we factored 3 squared, so we are left with 3 squared, and then we factored x, so we are left with y squared. We factored out y squared, which is equals to, if you multiply, this is 3 squared xy squared. You find that this is 16, 2 to power 4 is 16, x squared minus 9 y squared. This is supposed to be y squared. So you note here is a difference of 2 squares, because we can write this is equals to, this is, we can write it as 3 squared xy squared. Here we can write it is 4 x squared, put the bracket here, minus 3y, you put squared. So that's a difference of 2 squares, which we can now write. We can now write this, it is equals to 3x y squared. So the difference of 2 squares will give us 4x minus 3y, and we put in the bracket 4x plus 3y. So that is how you get the LCM of that, and with that you should get the full mark of that question. So that is one of the questions. This is where we apply the LCM. So let's have a look at another question. This is our question number 2, and we are told the GCD of 2 numbers is 7 and the LCM is 140. If one of the numbers is 35, find the other number. Okay, you can do it in 2 ways. One, we can say LCM is equals to product of the 2 numbers. You divide by divide by the GCD of the numbers. So you have been given the LCM. LCM we have been given, it is 140. 140 is equals to, so one number is 35. I multiply by, there's the other number, be x. So you multiply by x and you divide by the GCD, implying that our x is equals to 140 multiplied by 7. You divide by 35, and when you work out that, you should be able to get 28. So the other number is 28. Alternatively, you can say that we can argue like this. We can say that 35 is the same as the factors of 35 are 5 times 7. So that our number be x is equals to, since we have been given the GCD is equals to 7, and LCM is equals to 140, which is the same as 2 multiplied by that is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. So we can say, we can argue like, since we have been given the GCD, it means this number must have 7, so that the GCD is 7. And the LCM, we normally take the factors with the highest power. So it means, since this one does not have 2, this number must have 2 times 2. And we only have 5, so we can leave it like that. So this, since we already have 5 here, it's not a must we have 5 in this number. So it means our x is equals to 7 multiplied by 4, which will give you 28. So that is the other question regarding the LCM that we can be able to solve. So let's go to the next question. Our question number 3, we are told, and the LCM of 3 numbers is 7,920, and their GCD is 12. 2 of the numbers are 48 and 261. Using factor notation, find the third number if one of its factors is 9. So what we do, we can write 48 in terms of its factors. Remember how we get factors. So that is 48. By 2, you get 24. You get by 2, you get 12. You get by 2, you get 6. You get by 2, you get 3. So it means 48 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So that is 48. Then the other one is 264. 264 is equal. So we can get the same factors of 264 the same way. 264. So you divide by 2, you get 1. You get 1, that is 2. You divide by 2, you get 66. You divide by 2, you get 33. You divide by 3, you get 11. So this means that here we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 11. Then let the other number be x, the other number. We have our GCD. Our GCD is 12. So what does that mean? For GCD, greatest common divisor, we get what is common. So this is 2 to power, that is 12 is the same as 2 times 2 times 3. So it must be common there, and must be common there, and must be common in our third number. So here we must have 2 times 2 times 3, so that we have, that is a GCD. Let's have a look at, get the factors of 7920. We get the factors. There we get, when you divide by 2, you get that 960. You divide by 2 again, you get 1980. Divide by 2 again, you get 990. You divide by 2 again, you get 495. Divide by 3, that will give us 165. Divide by 3 again, you get 55. You divide by 5, you get 11. So this means that see, the greatest common divisor has a 2 to power 4, that is 2 to power, which already in the first one. We have 3 times 3, but here we have only 1 3, and here we have 3. So it means here there must be another 3. In fact, we are told one of factors is 9, which is the same as 3. 5 is not available in the upper numbers, so here we must have 5, so that we choose this 5 is in our LCM, and here we have 11. So when you multiply that, this is 2 times 2, this is 2 times 2, 4 times 3, 12. 12 times 15 will give you 180. So that is that number whose where the LCM of the 3 now will be 12, that is GCD, and LCM will be 7,920. So that's how we work out that. And then fourth question, find the least number of sweets that can be picked into a polythene bag which contains either 9 or 15 or 20 or 24 sweets with none left over. So this, if we get a bag, it will be the LCM of 9, 15, 20, and 24, because that LCM will be a bag that can fit packets of 9 sweets, packets of 15 sweets, packets of 20, and packets of 24. So we write 9 is equals to 3 times 3, that is, those are the factors. 15, we can write it is 3 multiplied by 5. Then we have 20 is equals to 2 is 10 times 2 times 5. And 24 is equals to 2, that is 12, times 2, that is 6, times 2, that is multiplied by 3. So to get the LCM here, then we pick 2 with the highest index of power. So it is 2 cubed. This is LCM is equals to multiplied by 3. We have 3 squared, that is 3 squared with the highest index. And then we only have single 5, so it is 5. And when you multiply this, this is 8 multiplied by 9, that is 72. 72 times 5, that will give you 360. So that is the LCM, or the least number of sweets that can be packed into polythene bag which has which contain 9, 15, 20, and 24. So that's how you work out that question, and you get yourself 3 marks. So our fifth question, we are told a number n is such that when it is divided by 27, 30, and 40 or 45, the remainder is always 3. Find the smallest value of n. So for us to be able to do this, we need to get the LCM of 27, 30, and 45. And once we get the LCM, then we add 3, so such that the number we will get when you divide by 27, the remainder will be 3. When you divide by 30, the remainder is 3. And when you divide by 45, the remainder of 3. So we can start with 27 and say 27 is 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. This is 9 times 3, 27. This is 30. You have by 2 is 15. By 3 is 5. So those are the factors. And then we have 45. When you divide by 3, you get 15. 15 divided by 3, you get 5. So the LCM, this common multiple, you start with 2 multiplied by, that is, you pick that 2 multiplied by 3 to power 3, so 3 to power 3, and then you multiply by, here we have 5, 5, so a single 5. When you multiply this using your calculator, you should get 270, meaning our number is equals to, our n is equals to 270. You add 3 is equals to 273. So whenever you divide 273 by 27, it will be remainder 3. If you divide by 30, 3 will remain. If you divide by 45, 3 will remain. So our n is 273. Our sixth question, we are told a piece of land is to be divided into 20 acres, 24 acres, and 28 acres for farming, and leave 7 acres for grazing. Determine the smallest size of such land. So here we need to get the LCM. So we get 20, it is equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5. That is, those are the factors of 20. We get 24, we get this 2, 12, 2, 6, 2, 3, so we have times 3. Then we have 28. 28 is equals to 2 is 14, 2 is 7. So those are the factors. So the LCM is equals to, LCM, we need to get the factors with the highest power. So we take 2 to power 3. 2 times 2 times 2. That is the one that has the highest, because here we have 2, here we have 2. Then we come to 3. We only have a single 3. Here we have a 5 times 5. Then finally times 7. So this, when you multiply that, you should be able to get 840 acres, meaning that the piece of land, since there are 7 acres for grazing, then total land would be 840 plus 7 is equals to 847. So that is acres. So that is how you do that. Alternatively, you can also work it like this. So you can have 20, you can have 24, and you can have 28. Let's make that table. So you can divide by 2. This will give you 10. This will give you 12. This will give you 14. You can divide by 2 again. This is 5. When you divide here, it is 6. You divide here, it is 7. You can divide by 3. You get it. Here it is not visible. Here you get, when you divide, no, not 3, but actually 2 again. You can, because 6 is divisible by 2. So here we have 5, we have 3, and we have 7. This is where now you divide by 3. We get 5. Get 1, 7. We divide by 5, we get 1, 1, 7. And finally, we divide by 7, we get 1, 1, 1. So the LCM here, then we'll be able to get, this is our LCM, which is the same as what we have here. And when you add 7, you should end up with 247 acres. So that's how you work out that question. In this question, we have been told that when a certain number, x is divided by 30, 45, or 54, there is always a remainder of 21. Find the least value of x. So we need to find the LCM. So we get LCM 30 is equals to 2 by 15, 3 multiplied by 5. Then we have 45 is equals to, by 3, you get 15, by 3, you get 5. Then you have 54, this is equals to You divide by 2, you get 27. Divide by 3, you get 9. 9 is 3 times 3. So it means LCM is equals to, what we do here is we take 2. 2, we have a single there, so that will give us 2. 3, we take the one with the highest value, index or power, so it is 3 cubed. And then finally we have 5, and this should give you, when you multiply, you should be able to get 270, implying that our x, since when you divide this that number by these three numbers, there is always a 21, so it is 270. You add to 21, and that will give you 291. So that is a number that is represented by x. Alternative method that we can use to solve this is we can use this table. So we put this is our number 30, then we have 45, and we have 54. So we can start by 2. This will give us 15. This will remain 45, and this will give us 27. Again, we can, we divide by 3. This will give us 5. This is 15, and that is 9. We divide by 3 again. So this will be 5, and we have 3. Again, we divide by 3. Then we have 5, 1. And finally, we divide by 5. So that is 1, 1, 1. So our LCM now is our LCM is equals to 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, just like the one we got in the other method. And this will give you, when you multiply that, you should get 270. So it means that our number is equals to 270 plus 21, and this will give you 291. And that is the alternative method that you can use to work out that question. So question number 8, we are told a number m is such that when it is divided by 30, 36, and 45, the remainder is always 7. Find the smallest possible value of m. So in this case, we need to get the LCM. So let us write the factors of 30. This will be 2, which is 15, 3 times 5. Then we have 36 is equals to 2 with the 18, 2, 9, 3 times 3. Then we have 45, which is 315 times 3 times 5. So we need to get the LCM. LCM is equals to, we take 2 to power 2. That is the one that has the highest index of power. So 2 times 2. 3 here we have 3 times 3, and here is 3 times 3. Here we only have 1. So we take 3 times 3, multiplied by, here we have 1, 5, and here we have 1, 5. So we take 5, and that should give you 180. 180. And because we are told when the number is divided by 30, 36, and 45, there is always a remainder of 7. Then it means our number m is equals to 180. You add 7, and that should give you 187. So that is how you work out that question, and you get a full mark. So question number 9, we are told find the LCM of x squared plus x squared minus x minus 1, and x squared minus x. So here we can write the factors of this. This is plus x. We can write this is x. We factor out x. We will be left with x plus 1. Then we have the second one. we have our x squared minus 1. 1 is the same as 1 squared. So we can say this is a difference of 2 squares, which we can write x minus 1 and x plus 1. And finally, we have x squared minus x. We can factor out x and we will be left with x minus 1. So that's how we will factor out. So from there, we can get the LCM. So we start with x is equals to x, which is common here. Then we start with x plus 1, x plus 1, and x plus 1. And then finally we have x minus 1, x minus 1. So when you open the bracket here you have x times x is x squared minus, now this one is x multiplied by 1 minus 1, so you get minus x plus x, then you have minus 1, which is equals to, you get this is x, then this x disappear with that, so we have x squared minus 1. So here we can write it as x squared, which when you expand, then you can be able to get x into bracket x minus 1 and x plus 1, because now this one will be a difference of 2 squares, so we can expand it like that. So that is how we work out that question. And in my next video, I'm going to look at the integers, and we will be able to work out questions on integers. So you are welcome to my next lesson.